What's going on, guys? The Crypto Lark here. Today we're going to be talking about Modum supply chain on the blockchain. We're going to be looking at just what Modum is trying to do after a quick shout out to everyone who has been hitting that like button, and of course everybody who has been subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that button down below to stay up to date with all of the latest in the crypto space. Furthermore, this is of course not professional financial advice, guys. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. Let's get into it. Now, first and foremost, why are we talking about Modum? Modum is our community coin of the week. Just edging in at the last few minutes to beat Sophia TX with 137 retweets. So well done to the community over at Modum for getting this on the review this week. Now, supply chain management and the verification of goods is going to be a huge industry moving forward. This is all going to be done with sensors. These IoT sensors are being used by different projects at the moment, Walton and VeChain, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Modum's one of the other ones that is using this kind of technology and using blockchain and smart contracts to help drive the whole thing forward. Now look, it's got massive applications. Let's take the pharmaceutical industry. Now recently the EU has passed a regulation about how pharmaceutical products need to be transported. Chapter 9 of the EU GDP regulations. Great, well, they're compliant with that. They're going to help that process move forward. It's a Swiss-based company. Switzerland is a massive center for pharmaceutical production. Right place, right time. Without a doubt here. Now, how's it all work? We've got smart contracts which are set up. So let's say that the particular drug being shipped can't go below 1 degree Celsius and it can't go above 25 degrees Celsius. So it's got to be at 16 the whole time, right? And so you can have that sensor set up to monitor it, that if it goes up to 40 degrees, for example, sitting in the back of a truck on a hot day, well, you get a notification of that to your smartphone application. So if you are the receiver of that information, you go, oh my gosh, well, I'm not going to buy those anymore. If you're the sender, you go, oh my gosh, I got to call the truck company and start a refund or a claim and all that kind of stuff. So it's a highly valuable tool for sender and for receiver. And of course, again, this is all done with those IoT sensor devices, which just pop it in the box and off it goes. Set up with dashboards, very nice user interfaces for all of this. If you want to know what the sensors themselves look like, here's it. A very simple little device, but it monitors everything. It monitors the light, it's got a digital microphone, humidity, pressure, gyroscope in case it gets tipped over, and all of that kind of stuff. So very nice little devices. Now, you might think, well, why does this even need blockchain? Well, it really needs blockchain because of the integrity of data. That's the important thing here. You might just think, well, you can put it all in a database. Yeah, but imagine that you're the sender and you get this information. Do you really want to share it with your receiver? That's $1 million order you're shipping out. You kind of want to get your $1 million. You know, get in there, modify the database a little bit. All good. They received some bad products. I don't know, not our fault. Don't know what happened to it. Gave it to the truck guys. Talk to the truck guys. Give us $1 million. This is how it works. Now, this adds a whole layer of integrity to the entire supply chain system, which is of course fantastic. Now, this is really multi-use. This goes way beyond just the pharmaceutical industry. Chemicals are also very sensitive to the way they're shipped. Heavy machinery, things getting broken or whatever else might happen to it in shipping. Aerospace stuff. The food sector, the food sector is just massive, 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 massive. Think about all the potential for people getting ill off of bad food because it's been left out somewhere in a storehouse or it wasn't properly stored and no one cared. And this is all going to be taken care of now by technology. So it's really great to see that kind of innovation coming forward here. Now, the token itself, so all that stuff's great. The IoT sensors are cool. Awesome. The token itself, though, is a bit different, and I think that's really important to point out what the mod token does. It gives you voting rights within the ecosystem, which is cool, but it also gives you a profit participation right. Yes, this is a dividend coin. You will get paid out. Now, they've been very careful in the way they've worded this so it doesn't get labeled as a security, but essentially it is a profit sharing model. Now, we don't have the exact numbers of that profit sharing because that'll essentially be decided by the board on any given year, for example. So you got to keep that in mind, that that will fluctuate, and we're not sure how much that's going to be, but potentially a very good investment as a long-term payout kind of thing. And in that way, it does kind of operate a little more like a traditional stock, so to speak. Now, let's have a look at the team here. So we've got a great team with a lot of experience. Definitely the kind of people you want to be pulling off a kind of project like this. So Simon here, he's been working over at GoPro. We've got people who've been working in supply chain management, and it's a no-brainer for the team. I don't see any problems there. They're even hiring, so they're looking to expand their operations, which is always good to see that they are hiring people. Never want to see a company that's saying, oh, we're not really hiring anybody, no positions right now. No, they're expanding, and that's great to see. They've also got some really great partners, partnered with Like as well, partnered with a few different pharmaceutical companies and research labs, which is great. Now, but that's not the super exciting news. The super exciting news is this, and this is back from December from the CEO letter. They've closed a contract with a company with a $5+ billion revenue. Now, they haven't announced who that company is. That will be coming in Q1 of this year, so we'll see who that is. They've also become a member of the Trusted IoT Alliance, which is really cool too. All of this together just says to me this is a project that's ready to take off. When those announcements come out that they've signed a $5 billion or a deal with a $5 billion revenue company, when that comes out, we can definitely look to see some action on this. So that is really cool. Not to mention, of course, the team is busy. They're out there getting around to different shows, talking to people, making those new connections, finding that new business. Again, always great to see companies which are really active and are out there beating the pavement, basically, trying to drum up a bit of business for themselves. Now, the question I know a lot of you have on your mind is, well, what about Walton? What about VeChain? Essentially, they're all trying to get to the same destination with very slightly different ideas. So we do see some subtle differences here between the projects. If you look at Walton, currently it's about 4 times the market cap of Modum. So it's been doing very well. Obviously, they've been nailing a lot of super solid partnerships in China. So that's been an amazing time for Walton. We need to see Modum continuing to get good partnerships in Europe. You know, there's space for all of these. This is so new in the crypto space. There's definitely the space for all of these projects to succeed moving forward. Walton is going to continue to be focused in China. It's getting partnerships with Chinese companies. It's based in China. Modum will be working with European companies, I imagine. Obviously, there will be a global scale for both these projects, but moving forward, that's what we're seeing. VeChain has absolutely taken off recently. And again, everyone's trying to get to the same destination with a slightly varied way of getting there. Now look, VeChain is really worried, for example, about counterfeiting. So that's one of their big value propositions. Like, hey, counterfeiting is a problem. We're going to ensure the integrity of the product. They're also looking at supply chain management with food and the life cycle of things. So they're doing that as well. You might even say that VeChain might be going a few steps farther to an extent with, for example, their luxury goods and anti-counterfeiting measures. Not that you couldn't apply that to Modum too, but that is a focus area of VeChain. So again, we see Modum with a little more limited use, potentially at the start. I imagine that will expand over time. Market cap of VeChain, $1.68 billion at the moment, which is pretty big. So that is been doing fantastically. Now, if we take a look at Modum, $154 million market cap, which says that if they continue to get these partnerships, we realize that this is quite an undervalued project still. There's only a circulating supply of 18 million currently, so if we saw a gain up to a similar market cap of VeChain, well, that's a 10x. We're going to see an $85 Modum token. That is a real potential moving forward. It may take a little time to get there as we see these different projects rolling out, as we see more partnerships get sealed. So watch this space, guys. There's definitely a lot of potential moving forward for Modum. And even though there is competition, I feel like there's so much room for even more players to come into the space. But these guys are here first. These three companies, they have the starter advantage, so to speak. If you do want to pick some Modum up for yourselves, rock over to Binance. You can grab it on Kucoin as well, but as you can see, most people are doing it over on Binance. Let me know what you think about Modum in the comment section down below, guys. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.